Central to curfew.
An emergency rally.
An emergency rally.
To discuss our options.
To discuss our options.
What we should do.
What we should do.
Before that rally.
Before that rally.
The cops acted.
The cops acted.
They started taking people's tents.
They started taking people's tents.
Homeless people's tents.
Homeless people's tents.
Students and workers.
Students and workers.
People who did not know we were being evicted.
People who did not know we were being evicted.
We had 3 hours to move.
We had 3 hours to move.
A community of 60 people.
A community of 60 people.
Then we acted.
Then we acted.
We stood on the homes so that they could not take them.
We stood on the homes so they could not take them.
We made a chain.
We made a chain.
They couldn't break it.
They couldn't break it.
Because the people united.
Because the people united.
Will never be defeated.
Will never be defeated.
They had to strike us.
They had to strike us.
They were using their fists.
They were using their fists.
They were dislocating shoulders.
They were dislocating shoulders.
They couldn't break us.
They couldn't break us.
And they were beating women.
They were beating women.
And I'll show you the cop that did it too.
Jacob just found my glasses.
They broke some teeth.
They broke some teeth.
And I lost my glasses.
And they broke a rib.
On Remembrance Day.
To do that on Remembrance Day.
Of all days.
Of all days.
When hundreds of thousands of men and women died for their country and your right to peacefully assemble.
When hundreds of thousands of men and women died for their country and your right to peacefully assemble.
I hope you'll remember every council will come next voting day.
I hope you remember every councilor comes next voting day.
And I hope if you're a veteran, a Legion member.
I hope if you're a veteran or a Legion member.
Or part of the motorcycle units.
Or part of the motorcycle units.
I would suggest you write a letter to City Council.
I would suggest you write a letter to City Council.
Demanding Peter Kelly's resignation immediately.
Demanding Peter Kelly's resignation immediately.
Before November 14th.
Before November 14th.
God bless you all.
God bless you all.
I would like to say one thing. As a member of the Armed Forces, I once had to follow orders that I didn't agree with. It's not pleasant. Remember, these gentlemen here are part of the 99% as well. And they're only doing their job.
With the Public Service Alliance of Canada.
I'm with the Public Service Alliance of Canada.
And we represent 180,000 workers across Canada.
We represent 180,000 workers across Canada.
And we support Occupy Nova Scotia.
And we support Occupy Nova Scotia.
And
Occupy right across Canada.
It's totally unacceptable what Peter Kelly did yesterday.
It's totally unacceptable what Peter Kelly did yesterday.
Who will speak for us when we have no voice?
Who will speak for us when we have no voice?
Let us not forget.
Let us not forget.
This land is your land.
This land is your land.
This land is my land.
This land is my land.
From Buena Vista.
From Buena Vista.
To Vancouver Island.
To Vancouver Island.
The Arctic Circle.
The Arctic Circle.
The Great Lake Waters.
The Great Lake Waters.
This land belongs to you and me.
This land belongs to you and me. Beat back the Peter attack. Beat back the Peter attack. You gotta 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 beat back the Peter attack.
We have
No more planned speakers.
No more planned speakers.
However, we can now turn the floor
We can now turn the floor
to anyone
to anyone. It's time for everyone
to unlearn racism.
to unlearn racism.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Ifo.
My name is Ifo.
I was born on the west coast of Africa.
I was born on the west coast of Africa.
In the sovereign in the sovereign territory
of
of the Isokos. A few hundred years ago, the British showed up and occupied our territory. And they called it Nigeria. Out of respect for my ancestors, I don't recognize any criminal entities. A few hundred years ago, the same British colonial bastards came to my brothers and sisters' territory, and using the same documents that they used to steal our lands, they occupied this territory and called it Nova Scotia.
I'd like to bring this
to
the global perspective
perspective
of why we are here across the globe to maintain a global economy that is dependent on bowing down to the greed and the real political power of the 1% is to maintain a global society that does not care about our needs and the needs of our planet. Change will happen. We can let economies crash over and over. We can watch our world get sicker. Or we can make conscious change. That is why we are here. In over 1,000 cities. Across the globe. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Renee Ross. Halifax has the highest rate of sexual assault in the country. We have countless unsolved murders. Why? For our police not out solving those crimes. Instead, coming in and smacking down on peaceful protests. Peter Kelly speaks of $40,000 that we have cost him. The cost of poverty in Nova Scotia to taxpayers is over $3 million. Per year. Shame on politicians who complain about that. And without funding and supporting our cold winter shelter. It's a shame that they are not listening to us, the people. It's shame on Peter Kelly. Shame on all of those who are not listening to the people.